I am Sandrine, the founder and leader of the Golden Age Spiritual Ministry. Together, we learn about the embodiment of our multidimensionality so we can reclaim our full sovereignty in this beautiful reality. My High Council and I are happy to welcome you into our movement of spiritual revolution. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new transmissions. Thank you for liking, commenting below and sharing this video. Show us your love.
So just to give you an idea, the Lionsgate portal is the most potent portal for most people during this time of the year, during the whole year, because we are receiving amazing cosmic upgrade that help us to anchor divine frequencies to increase our sovereign soul alignment. And this year is very special because there is this unique quantum dynamic that is happening with extracting certain subconscious process that have been a little bit like iceberg. You know that I know that all of you here as well as people online, we all do the work, right? We do this, we do that, we see that person, that healer, we do that journey and we continue. It's like, oh, good, I've dealt with that. And then next thing you know, it happens again and it happens again. It's like, what is wrong with me? And we have learned as well not to judge our beautiful human, to have a lot of compassion, because we know there is always something more. And I received so many questions on when is it going to end? And I have the great news that it is never going to end. And it is actually amazing because the pathways of evolution that you have chosen as sovereign angelic consciousness on planet Earth is to travel through different level of density to be able to return back to unity consciousness. I say return back because we've never left it. We are not separated. We are that already. It's just that we are like this beautiful, magnificent crystal. And the crystal is simply tinted by different veils of illusions, so we cannot radiate our light from the inside out, and therefore because we don't radiate our light from the inside out, it's very much harder for the macrocosm to be able to draw, you know, what it is that it is of our highest alignment, because as you know already, many of you, everything aligns through the principle of the law of attraction. Personally, I use more quantum resonance. Everything enters in resonance with your own being. So there is always this fluctuation of time, and we never know. This is why patience is key, because every time we shift, every time we do the work of scraping a bit of the surface, like the top of the iceberg, it means that we are actually literally clearing an aspect of the crystalline self that we are. Here is the thing, is that we must continue doing it, because there is this understanding that as sovereign soul, we can choose to do the work or not to do the work. But if we think about it, do we actually choose not to do the work when we know that we came here to do the work? So the work is happening anyway. We are doing the work anyway, only we resist it, being unconscious about it, or we decide, okay, I'm going to do the work consciously. So it allows us to already clear a huge facet of our crystal, which is about soul power, sovereign alignment, about knowing exactly that no matter what happens with each and every single breath that we take, we are walking in the direction of the highest crystalline magnificence, that we are here to shine no matter what. And that everything that happens on our path is just this beautiful offering of source frequency, God frequency, Sophia Christ, whatever you want to call, oneness frequency. And as long as we keep remembering that, then we can keep the joy that is the core that is extremely important for us to cultivate, the joy to penetrate the experience with the purity of childlike attitude, you know, curiosity, when density is really present, when the macrocosm or society shows us all of this doomsday scenario, it is very easy to go, it is because of the reptilian star race, the robots are taking over, and so on and so on and so on. Is that a crystalline reflection of our divine angelic frequency? No, thank you for this very aligned answer. It's not really, because that comes from a fear. And when we know that, it's like, okay, so maybe there are things that are not very pretty in the world that are happening, and I can be conscious of it, I can be aware of it. But these ones, permission to swear at times, motherfuckers, they're not going to tame us and bring us down ever, because we are the sovereign crystalline consciousness of God itself. And whatever experience, no matter how big it is, how dense it is, comes our way, we're going to rise up to the occasion to face it. So this event is to really give you more angle of perspective about the sovereign conscious process of evolution happening now. The evolution of consciousness is very much us realizing that there are specific moments that are going to be brought into our lives as an offering. As you saw this event, it was like something that came and it was offered. And there was something inside you that said, like, yes, I want to say yes, but you had to go through certain limitations, you know, like, oh, it's that long, it's this location, it costs that much money, I'm already, you know, it's like we all go through certain limitations, and at time it's holding us a lot, but we keep going for it. And that's when we do that, it's like literally a quantum leap. And because we can do that, then the codes that we are going to receive are literally going to allow us to shift our consciousness. When we can shift our consciousness, we can receive more of who we are. When we are in this moment of convergent point, it is these moments that the soul has placed on our path, and that is always placing it. It's not like it's in the past, it's happening now. Everything is happening now. And so the soul is like, oh yeah, my human did it. She's there, thank God. So now let's unleash the opening and the releasing within our DNA. So all of a sudden it's like, oh, I don't know why I feel emotional, but something is happening inside of me. Breathe into that. It's just something that is being released. We don't need to know. Maybe we need to know later. But right now it's like, I just feel like I need to breathe. When we have a break or after, I need some fresh air. I need to walk, I need to move my body, because it's like literally, it's your soul co-creating with your body, which is your multidimensional body, saying release density. And as you release density, what happens is that you receive more of you through this beautiful acceptance of your crystalline divine genome penetrating your carbon-based DNA, making you more crystalline. And the next thing you know is that you start having more spontaneous magical events happening. All of a sudden you see like a bag of feather. You kind of even walk on the path because freaking bag of feather, you know? And it's not just like duck feathers, it's like a swan feather. My divine union's coming. And then, you know, it's like all of a sudden things literally change, you know, like I know that many of you have had that, but it's literally, reality is different. I'm experiencing that because as I look at the world outside, it is very different from what it used to look like before. And it's hard to explain, but if you've gone through that process, you just know there is more crystalline. And also with the physical body, after you go through these moments like today, or I'm sure that many of you have had that if you've, you know, learned any kind of healing modalities, or if you've received healing, all of a sudden you want to change your diet. And it's not that hard. It's just that this moment has happened. That's an alignment point. And so this is important to reach higher level of sovereign consciousness, to feel that and to choose to say yes to meet that. Because, oh, if I don't have my coffee, I'm going to crash, blah, blah, blah. That's not meeting sovereign consciousness. It's like going through the past because we just want to repeat certain pattern because it's like, it's how things are. It's like, oh, I'm used to reacting to being around this type of person in a certain way. But all of a sudden, after releasing and receiving more of me, I have the opportunity to, when I meet a person next time, I can be more of me, which is I can be kinder, I can be more gentle, I can be more present. What the key code does is it's like you will notice that it's got the architecture of the pathway of evolution. So the triangle, the four-dimensional pathway of evolution, and the fifth dimensional. And so what it offers the possibility to your DNA to access a faultless transmutation through your own consciousness evolution. So it means that it will be easier for your human being to navigate transmutation process, and it will be easier to choose differently. So it's like at times, yeah, maybe we might need a little bit of contrast. So it's there, but it's going to be much lighter. And it's going to be much easier to access fourth and fifth dimensional process. So this key code is not so much absorbed as your body as it's going to come in your body as you look at it and you know it, the white lion will come, and during the trance channeling, we will explain why it's happening through the white lions. And it will come and it will be an invitation. So it will come in your body through a specific process we will describe. And literally, this key code is going to flirt with your entire crystalline divine genome and say, are you ready to receive me? And it's going to go into certain pockets of your being where density is extremely strong. So what it happens is that it's going to be removed through the triangle. Like literally, it's gonna like the DNA is gonna, like shift that, like suck it out, and it's gonna invite the being to shift through fourth and fifth dimensional crystalline divine genome. So it's gonna suck density out, so you'll be able to receive more of yourself. It's like literally there is a sequence in your DNA that's gonna change, and it's gonna happen in specific points in your physical body, also in your energetic field. As you inhabit your body now, you call more of you. And as you call more of you, we hereby decree and declare that we ask you to open up all gateways, connecting you to your own oversoul network. From the highest level of love from my heart to your heart, we serve with great humility, respect, devotion. From this place, we ask to enter the point of creation, collapsing timelines, opening up multidimensional gateways, From this place, you feel more of you and you call more of you as more of you flow through the crown of the head. You feel and perceive the crown of the head opening up more. As the crown of the head opens up more, you can feel pressure in the head and you breathe into your lower belly, cooling that energy down, 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 penetrating the earth with your own energy, reclaiming more of your anchoring as an earthling of the light, walking the path of the angel on this planet now. So why do you think that by showing more of you, you can create harm? This is not the case. You realize this as we read in the room. Yes, 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 you know this, dear one. This feels like a moment where you can meet more of you. So we breathe into this, dear one. Breathe into this and feel this power that you have when it is combined with the remembrance of your softness. You realize that kindness and softness are not your weakness. They are the penetrating force that needs to be embodied more and more in this reality. And as it grows inside you, you welcome it and you ask it to show in your body. Now these other entry points are coming. All of a sudden you feel it maybe on the shoulder, maybe behind the head, maybe on the right temple, maybe on the left temple, maybe the right toe, maybe the left toe. It is going to show up. So now we are going to simply amplify this. All that you do, dear ones, is to breathe into this. Yes? So aligned, and you witness the white lion, eye gaze, going deep within your soul. And you see that the white lion can see all of you, and therefore the white lion seems to be smiling from inside. And as you are creating this connection, you perceive some symbols on the head and on the body. You perceive the strength of the body residing in this extremely advanced and gentle being.
We hope you enjoy this transmission. Please share it around with your friends. As you do so, you weave webs of divine light around the planet. Together we rise, creating a new golden age of miracles. We were born free. Reclaim the power within.